Exactly. A cook in London, from being a cook in London to become a general or the general uh, in the worst place on earth, in Guantanamo. Lucky me, of course. I mean, a cook has become a general in no time. You know, that title really caused me a lot of pain. I've paid a very high price because of that title. Uh, and that shows the reality of the so-called war on terror. I mean, how come a cook in London becomes a general in Guantanamo? And when you say a general in Guantanamo, that means is the highest ranking of so-called terrorists and the worst of the worst. And of course, that makes me the head of the worst of the worst. Um, and it happens during, I think I was with Omar, the guys, in one of the isolation blocks. We were in the middle of organizing a protest, as usual. And two guards came into my cell and they said, "You are wanted by the interrogator." They took me there. And then I realized that we have been monitored, of course. They took me to the interrogator, and after they shackled me down to the floor, the interrogator came in, and he was wearing an army uniform, and he looked at me in the eyes, and he put his hands on my knees, and he said to me, "I'm here. I was sent to you by the colonel." And I was, what? He says, "I've got a message for you." He says, "Get off the stage." Then I realized that all our conversation back in isolation block regarding the protest was monitored. So he said, "Get off the stage before you get hurt." And and he went on to say, "You are under the spotlight. Get off the stage before you get hurt." And he keeps repeating these words: "Get off the stage and you're gonna get hurt and you're under the spotlight." And really I got scared, because I found myself, here I am, hooked, chained to the floor in the middle of nowhere in Guantanamo, in a remote island in the middle of nowhere, and inside the iron grip of the most powerful army in the world. So I was really scared, but I didn't want to show him that I was scared. So after he took me back to my cell, to the isolation block, I found my friends were waiting for me so that we can continue our discussion discussion regarding the protest. So I said to them, "Look, I can't talk for now. I need some rest, but we'll continue the discussion tomorrow morning." I needed to some time to think about the situation, because if it's I got a threat from the U.S. Army. I mean, and I felt I was alone. Nobody could help me there. So I said, I need to think about it. So I spent the night thinking about the issue. I mean, what shall I do? Shall I stop, continue with the protest and defending ourselves, protesting our innocence, protesting that, trying to tell the Americans that we are human beings, so you have to treat us with some humanity and respect, or should I just quit and save myself? So in the morning, after I prayed to God and I said, "Please, God, guide me. What shall I do in this situation?" In the morning, I woke up and I felt, different. I was no longer scared. I woke up with a different mood. I was no longer scared. So I told my friends in isolation block, you know what? We're going to continue our protest. They do it. And Omar, the guy is Allah khair, he was with me then. So straight away they came and they picked me up and they removed me from that cell block and they took me away to another cell block. And the brothers behind on the isolation block, they started protesting. They wanted to make sure that I was safe, that I was okay. So they sent all my other guys to visit me in that remote, isolated camp. Cell block that I was in by myself. So he came to visit me and with two guards, and he says, "Are you okay?" And I told him, I said, "Yes, I'm okay." You know, as soon as he left, they took me to the interrogation room. You know what I mean? And they started 23 days of punishment. At first, it wasn't. First, it was like intimidation. They would take me there at night, and they would bring these uh, big offices with the like bodybuilders with the big men, and they will verbally, intimidate me for like 3 days. And after that, they started the real torture, and this it went on for like 23 days. Uh, and that's how the nickname the general came. It came with a price.